Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. So we're going to continue this project, and I think today I'm going to show you how to make a little flower, a stem, and I think what we're going to do too is I'm going to tack down in different places, and I'm not quite sure yet, different laces. First I'm going to start off with doing where I'm going to put this flower, and I'm going to add the flower here. So you want to find something round that you want to trace around to start the base of your flower. I think what I'll do is I'll keep it here and maybe make the stem go sideways, but I'm going to leave enough room in case I decide to do some other little flowers as well. So I think I'll add it right here. This pen actually is an erasable pen. It's a sewing pen that all you do is add your iron to it, and it erases. And I will leave the links for these. This is a cheap one. It's not the regular brand that people use, and I've had no problems with it. And they give you refills too, so you can refill them. And I don't need to make this too dark. I just need it dark enough so I can see. And maybe I'll make my stem kind of just, whoop. Maybe it's running out of ink on me. I'll make my stem go down on the side. So I'm going to start this off just so you all can see. I don't know what color. Let me go grab a color. I think I want to choose a darker color just to make it pop a little more. I'll be right back. The other thing I'm going to work with you on today is covering up some of these lines with different various ribbons or laces. And once I have my daisy done, we'll work on that. I'm also going to cover this. I just don't like this. And maybe I can cover it with ribbon. We'll see. But for now, I kind of like the look of that. I'm going to come up through this center. Make sure I didn't lose that. And we're going to pull. This is a much thicker fabric. It's almost like a jean fabric. A lot of you guys got this fabric in your kit. So then we're going to go back through that same hole, or very close to it, as close as possible. And I'm going to hold this sideways so when I go back through again, it'll catch it. Oh. So I'm going to create this loop like so. We're going to go back up through the top, or you could do the side or bottom. I choose to work up through the top. Let's find that top. There you go. And we're going to take this loop and we're going to go right through the loop like that. I want to look in the back to see if I'm going to catch this thread, because if I don't, it's going to frustrate me if I lose my work. So I'm going to literally take this and put it through this loop. So you want to pull this, but you don't want it to be too tight. I'll show you, because you want it to look like a leaf, a petal. And then you want to go back through the top, because you're going to secure it of this. Let me see if I can move this a little closer. You want to go back through this top. And basically, you're going to repeat this process all the way around your piece. This part you can pull a little tighter. So now you're going to go back through again, this center, and back through again. Then when you go back through again, you're going to hang on to that loop again. You want to make that loop big enough so you can go back through again. You want to leave some space too, because you don't want it to be, you want some space, like daisies have space on the sides. I'll show you what I mean. There we go. So we're going to go back up. And you'll see there's a little bit of space. You want to pull your daisy petal. There we go. You don't want to pull it too tight. That'll probably be good. I'm not crazy about this floss. I highly suggest you getting the DMC floss or another brand that's equivalent to that. This separates too easily. So you want to pull through. So we're going to go back down again. This is almost too... I wonder if that's too loose. Let's pull it a little bit tighter. There. So you're going to go back down again into the center. Keep in mind, guys, I'm learning with you. I have diagrams to show me how to do these steps. I have never done this one before. I keep mine usually rather simple, but I think it's time that I learn other stitches. My grandmother was so good at this. So now we go back down again. Inside, let's push through. We're gonna, again, we're making that loop. So you want to take that loop. That is my back tail, so don't pay attention to that. It'll go through in a minute. You're gonna take that loop and you're gonna pull. So let's create it big enough so we can pull that through. So I think we'll pull that right about here. And pull. And like I said, not too tight, because you want to make that petal, but not too loose either. There, I like that. Then we're going to go back through the top. So you're going to repeat that until you get around the circle. And I'll be back after I finish. So here's my finished Lazy Daisy. It needs something in the center. Now you could always do a French knot, but I feel I want mine to have a little more pop. And I pulled out a few buttons, and it's too much of the same color. And I wish I had a smaller green, but that's a little too big for my liking. I did have a small one, which wasn't too bad. I think I had even a smaller one that was really cute. And then I thought, am I going to thread that on with thread? I could do that. So my other option would be to sew down this purl, which I think I like that. Now, I don't know what you guys think, but I'm going to try to stitch that down, and let's see how we make out doing that. So let me go grab the right materials I need to sew that down, and we'll give it a try. I couldn't figure out where this started. I pulled this one and it wouldn't pull, so I had to take scissors and cut it, and I probably will regret it later. So I'm going to take a large enough piece. You can barely see it because it is transparent. And let's give this a try and see if we can get this. So I want to see, I don't know if my needle will fit through that. So let's see. If not, I have a needle kit just to thread beads. I think it might. Let's see. Yeah, it does. Perfect. So let me go ahead and, before I lose this, we're going to thread this. See if we can do this. It's hard to see it. Here we go again. There we go. All right, I've got that thread through. This is the first time I've ever put a bead on, guys. So we're going to be doing this together. And I'm wondering if I should tie a knot at the bottom of this. This is not easy to work with. Or, you know what? It's not that it's hard. It's hard in front of the camera to work with. Normally I have stuff right up to my face. And this I can't. I'm not sure if this will make a difference, but let's try it and see. Doesn't make a huge knot. And of course, it fell through. So let's rethread this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up through the bottom. I don't want to lose my purl. From the back, center. Let's see if we can make this happen. It's pretty bulky, this center at this point, because I have so much thread in it. Here's my thimble. Let's use that. Let's see if that worked. Not totally. You know what? It's okay if we're not totally in the center, because I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to add this bead. And when we add it, it's going to flip sideways. I can always take it out if I don't like it. Let's see if this will work. We're going to go through this a few times. Guys, I got some more French fabric in the mail, and I'll do a video on that maybe for tomorrow. I am leaving to go on my vacation tomorrow. We decided to leave a day early because anytime we go away and we choose to go the next morning, we're up all night. So we figured, you know what, we'll get an early start and we'll drive a few hours and get a hotel. The bead's down there. Once I pull this, it should go back to where it needs to be. There. Kind of like that. So let's go back through again. I want to go back through a few times. And you don't need to sit here and watch me go through. So I'm going to finish this and I'll be back. There we go. Let me zoom that in. And that's down pretty tight on there. The other thing I was thinking, I really was not thinking about a project for this. So I don't think I can use this as a spine. I could if I wanted to have this flower on the spine. So next, I'm going to work on the stem stitch. And that's going to go down. I'm going to make this kind of, let's see. I think I'll make it start here. I don't know why this isn't writing. It was writing earlier. Well, oh, I know why. That one's white. No wonder why I can't see it. Let me get the blue one. So we're going to start here. And I'm going to make the stem just go down here. Just like that. Let me zoom that in so you can see. That's where I'm going to make that stem. So I will be right back. I'm going to go pick out a green thread for that. Now we're going to work on the stem stitch. I am using DMC floss. I really don't like the other floss, but works in a pinch. So I created my stem. We're going to go up in here from the back. We want to go as close as we can to the flower. That's not even close enough. Just so it looks like it's attached. There we go. I'm going to pull that. Use my little pull tool. So you want to follow your line. So you want the first stitch to be a little bit longer than your normal stitch would be. So you're going to go down. You can do this. I'm going to trim that. That's from the bead. So you can go back and do it all in one stitch, but this is too thick for me to do that. And you want to keep this somewhat the loop there. Then you want to go back in between the loop and hit the center. That's good. And you're going to pull that through. And you always want to make sure your loop is on the bottom and your thread's on the top, just so it looks consistent when you do it. So now the next one, you're going to do a smaller stitch. You're going to go through, and you're basically going to repeat the same process, except just a smaller stitch. You know, leave that loop, and you want that loop, there we go, to go on the bottom, and we want to go in between that loop. Let's pull this a little more. so you can see it. You just want to hold that loop open just so you can see. Let's find that center. Oh, wow, I'm way off. There we go. I got it. So we want that loop on that bottom. And we're going to pull. And we're just going to continue doing that all the way down to create our stem stitch. Here we go. I want that loop underneath. So I will put it through here. Let me pull this through first. Put it through so your thread's always on the top and the loop is always on the bottom. If you can see that stitch, let me zoom it in a little more. So you can see we're creating the stem. So I'm going to create that and I'll be back. Now we're ready for the stems. Don't forget, if you don't do a perfect stem, you can always get rid of it. I used to be able to draw some perfect stems when I was younger. I want this to round. So let's try this side. I think I need that a little pointier. Come on. So now I can kind of show you. Oops. Now I can put my iron on and show you how this just disappears when you iron it. Because I'm not too crazy about this particular one. This one's not coming up bad. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can iron this one out and redo it. I have to still try to clean my iron off. I think I have it on warm enough. There we go. It's disappearing. There, it's gone. So let's try this again. You know how it's you can get one side done, but you can't get the other? So let's make it. You know, I think I'm going to get the friction pens. They're much better. I just wanted to see how these worked, and it's pretty obvious. It worked good on cotton, but not so good on this heavy duty. Here it comes. I just want to make it light enough so I can see the line in the middle. All right, let's not mess with that right now. So I'm pretty happy with those. And I still have this underneath from doing our stem stitch. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start probably about, let me zoom this in a little more so you can see, about a third of the way up. So we'll start right about there. I'm going to go up. And if you really wanted to, you know, it would be pretty, I think, a variegated green, because you'd have different shades of green. I don't have a variegated green, so I'm not going to do that. So now you're going to go right into your tip, right up the top. Then you're going to pull this back out. So now you want it to be really close. You're going to go back in, whoops, right where you put through the first stitch. There we go. So I've got to pull that through. Then we're going to go up to this top corner right here. And you're going to basically overlap it. So it's real close. This is the time I wish I paid attention. My grandmother showed me all of these things. But, you know, back then I really didn't care to learn. Kind of stinks. Now we're going to start over on this opposite side, because we want them to overlap. It's almost like we're going to braid it. So we're going to start right there. And I'm going over the top of that piece. And then I'm going up. Right is touching. We're going right next to the other one. And going through. And we're just going to go back and forth until we finish both sides. And then I'm going to go back again and go to the other side. But again, I want to start on the side that I just did, the center, because it's going to kind of feather and make veins on the leaf. Here we go. Then I'm going to go back up to this point. And you want to go as close as you can to that stitch up on the top. follow that right through. This one is a pretty easy stitch. Let me go up closer to see if you can see how that's fanning. I will do some more and I will be right back. I finished my flower. There it is. And I'm gonna heat up my iron and get rid of the blue here. My next step is gonna be to just take some pieces of lace and add some trim. I want to kind of box this off, and it's possible I might do this same one, just boxing it. I haven't quite decided yet. And I have, let's see, other ribbons here as well that I could use if I wanted to. I have this. And what you're just basically going to tack it down is what you're going to do. So I haven't decided exactly which ones I'm going to use. I also have this ribbon, which I might even add, oops, let me move into a camera here. I might even add a strip going down here. I haven't quite decided yet, but I really like how this blends in. So it's possible I'll do that. I also have this ribbon that blends in nice, but I think the other one looks a little better. Another one here. If I wanted to really break this up, I almost feel like I want to add a piece of something else here because I feel this strip is just too big. So if I added, let me see what I have. I think I'm going to add something about this large and just have a little bit of this peeking through. Anyways, guys, this is going to be probably my last video until I get back from vacation. If I do a video tomorrow, I got some more French fabrics in, and I'll show you ladies the fabrics I got. When I come back, I'll update you on how far I got on this, and what I'll probably end up doing is show you on small scrap print variations and the different things that I did. You guys have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.